Me and Dirk are just about to dive into what makes the Pearl E-Merge Hybrid a great kit to use at home. But first, a little bit about yourself.
First comes first, thank you Gear4music for having me here. Thanks Myles.
More than welcome.
Thanks to the crew here. Well, I'm from Germany. I'm in the drumming business for many, many years, and I fell in love with electronic drums in the 80s. I'm a kid from the 80s, and I like to tweak and find sounds by myself on an electronic drum set. And then nowadays you find me on metal festivals all over the world, like Wacken, Rock in Rio and Czech Republic. I played a lot of jazz festivals in the States and Europe. I play a lot of different musicals. And this is actually, when you play so many different music styles, an electronic drum, and especially the Pearl E-Merge kit, comes very handy. So, well, let's just jump right into the E-Merge kit and let's explain a little bit to customers what the E-Merge kit is all about.
Okay, so your Pearl E-Merge has just arrived at your house, you're looking at all the boxes and you're thinking, how long is this going to take for me to set up? Here's your answer.
Well, straight out of the box, I need at least 30 minutes because I think the most time I spend on is putting out of the boxes, out of the card boxes. I mean, that probably takes the longest time. What is really like the Pearl icon rack here, it's, well, drummers love it for years. And if you have set up that one, then it's very easy to build from there, put all the parts, the cymbals, the toms on a place to your own liking.
Yep.
I think in 30 minutes, you're definitely ready to rock.
And the rack isn't going anywhere because it's a sturdy rack.
It's really sturdy. If you know my playing, I'm quite a hard hitter. And this is actually what, first, it looks nice. Then with a hybrid bass drum, it has more an acoustic look. And actually, I like the sizes. I know nowadays it's very common to have like acoustic sizes, but for me, a big advantage of electronic drums is it's easy to carry and it's fast to set up. And this is why I think it looks funky. And because of the bass drum, if my mom sees a bass drum, it's a drum kit.
It's a joy.
That's really,
Exactly.
that's my point of view. And so really easy to set up, 30 minutes. And what I do, maybe like a suggestion, when I take it to a gig, I leave all the cables on the really stable rack and just fold it together, put just down the tom pads and the cymbal pads and fold the rack together. I put it in my truck and the car and I'm ready to go.
And you're saying about like, the acoustic functionality of the rack and the folding it away. And even with heads, if someone got out of the box and didn't quite like the feel, can they change the feel?
Yes, of course. First of all, what I like about the E-Merge kits, it's very neighbor-friendly. So I play it in my basement, even at night, even with double bass drum, no problem at all.
They still like you?
Yeah, the neighbors still like me. And I would like to show you the interesting part is because we have like the pure touch pads here, and there's a 10-inch, 12-inch, 14-inch, and they sound, even from the sound, they sound different. It really makes a feel you're playing a 10-inch pad, a 12 and a 14. Let me show you and let me prove it. The 10-inch, more higher pitched, middle pitched, deep. So it's really high, mid, deep, and so it feels already like an acoustic drum set, and it sounds different.
A musical.
While playing acoustical,
Yeah.
right?
That's probably why your neighbours like you, because they're actually listening to a tuned instrument.
To my rain dance, probably. Well, the other thing, what you mentioned, of course, you can tune your drums. Of course, not while you're tuning the drums, you don't change the drum tone. It's just for the playing feel. But if you maybe have like your toms very high pitched, very hard, so no problem, you can tweak them. And now listen, the tone even gets higher. Just to see. It's even higher than before. So from the playing feel, or of course, if you say, no, that's way, I like my toms really deep, like old and vintage, or listen to that. It's deeper. That makes you feel home. Even on an electronic drum kit, it feels like home. That's a good part. And of course, you can do the same with the snare and with the other pads, and of course with the bass drum.
So it's all about the feel that you get behind. It won't change any of the sounds on the module. It's purely your playing experience.
Playing experience, but actually, isn't it you have to feel good while you're playing? So the playing experience is for me very, very important, and how the drums feel while I'm playing them. And this feels like home.
So we've talked about the tom pads. The kick drum pad, it's another mesh head.
Yes.
And you've got the options of a plastic and a felt beater or a wooden beater. The felt beater and mesh, does that really work together?
No, very good question. And a lot of people don't really think about. If you use a felt beater, the mesh head and the felt, they will rub against each other. So after a while, it will get damaged or destroyed. So if you have a beater which has double-sided, like plastic side and felt side, please, while playing a mesh head, the bass drum, use the plastic beater or a wood beater.
Okay.
So this makes, first of all, the hit stronger, and it really don't damage the head or whatever thing. So use the plastic beater, because otherwise, after a while, you don't have a felt beater.
The mesh head acts like a cheese grater, and it would just ruin the beater.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Got it.
Exactly.
So now the playing experience is all set up for you. You've got your feel going round, and on the kick drum, you've got the plastic side. You want to start playing along with your own tunes or your favorite songs. How easy is it to do on the eMerge module?
It's very easy. First of all, you have an aux in. That means that you can put in your CD player, your iPhone or your smartphone, whatever, and plug it in. And of course, you can play some music. On the other side, what I think is really smart, I have here my USB stick. And what I can do, I can put as a WAV file. That's very important. No MP3, as a WAV file.
Just wave.
First, I have to format the USB stick. Then I plug it in. See, it's ready to go. And I put some loops. And I press the song button. And there I find a list of songs or loops I put on my USB stick. I have to press list. And then I have to press edit. And here, first I can name the song, whatever L means for me, it's a loop. And I just call the song funky. And then I have file, the funky file. And then I have to store. And now what I can do, I have done it in before. Whoops. I can first make a loop. So in the edit menu, I can, because I don't want to record a loop for 2 minutes. It takes too much space. So I just do 4 bars and I loop it in the module. And the loop is perfect.
Okay.
And then I can press the play button. And of course,
Very nice.
so I can play to my music, and of course, I can record at the same time my drums and the music at the same time to listen back, like my little home studio.
And that records to the module or the USB stick?
First in the module, and then if I want to give it, maybe I have a song idea or a drum idea, I can export it to my USB stick and maybe give it to my guitar player. Maybe I have a great groove and I want the guitar player in my band that he plays with me. So I can export my drum groove to the USB stick and can give it or send it via mail to my guitar player, and he can maybe find a riff which fits along to my drum groove.
So say you want to annoy your neighbours.
Yeah.
You want to invite that guitar player around that you sent the groove to, and you want to have a jam rehearsal.
Yeah.
This, I'm assuming, works with a range of drum monitors.
Of course.
But you'd want to make sure you get that punch. Is there a certain type of monitor you want, like size-wise?
Well, size-wise, I mean, for me to have a good low end, and especially the bass drum, snare and toms and cymbals you hear because it's high frequency sound. But the bass drum, you need some power and some impact. And so I like from 15-inch speakers up to bigger ones. Of course, small speakers are okay, but more for maybe own preference practice. But if you want to play in a band and you want to be heard, you have to go size-wise up. And actually, the power of the eMerge kit is really when playing live through a PA system. Believe me, it's a totally different story because those samples are so high recorded, high class recorded in a studio, in a big studio in Nashville. They really deliver the power and the impact if you play them loud. And we drummers, we like to play loud. Well, I like to play loud because I'm a drummer.
Yep.
And if I have a great PA system, it's a totally different story, believe me. And that's something which is really different than our competitors because all our samples are no algorithms. They are all high-class sampled.
And you want to hear them through a big enough speaker, and especially as your band as well, they probably want to hear a loud drum set as well. As much as they'll complain, they want to hear the loud drums.
Exactly.
So the final question, you've made all these changes, but you may have made a couple of mistakes, you're getting a bit confused. How do you factory reset the module?
Very good point. To be very honest, first of all, please go and edit whatever you want to do with the module because you have so many things. You can tweak the EQ, you can tweak compressor, you can work with effects like delay stuff, like reverb stuff. And it all changes the sound. Of course, you can tweak your drum kits. And please do it because all your internal presets, you can never lose them.
Okay, so there's always a save point.
Yeah, they're all saved. Like Pearl divided 35 drum kits as presets in 7 categories. You have natural, modern, studio, vintage, electronic, hybrid, and world. If you want to model or tweak your own drum kits, please use a preset, store it in the user drum kit, in the user section, and then from there start tweaking. But if you mess totally, if you make totally, because I know what it means, probably maybe you have it by yourself. You have a great drum kit and you think, I can make it even better. So you start tweaking again. It's a never-ending story.
Yep.
But instead of getting a better sound, it's getting worse and worse. And you say, too bad. Of course, you have an undo button. On the other side, and that's a good thing, you can reset the complete system and start from scratch. And how to do that? You go to Utility, press the button, Utility. From there, you dial with a big silver knob. You go to Factory Reset, press the red button.
It's always a big red button.
Exactly. Press Reset and again push Enter. Pearl is really asking a lot of time, but I think it's good because it's totally bad if you don't want to reset and want to store and you press the reset button. So for me, I like if a module maybe asks me twice because then I'm safe and really, Dirk, do you want to really reset the whole module?
All that work you've just put in.
Exactly. And press a button and I'm done.
Perfect. We've just broken down one of the use cases for the Pearl eMerge Hybrid Kit with Dirk Brand. If you have one of these, then please let us know in the comments how you use yours and how much you enjoy playing it. Please like and subscribe for more drum-related content only at Gear4music Drums.
Thanks for watching.